Hi, my name's Peter and welcome to this health and safety revision activity. There are 20 multiple choice questions. Each of the questions has 4 potential answers, one of which is correct. You should have in front of you the 20 questions and a range of A, B, C, D response cards. My colleague Lesley is going to be reading out the questions and the answers. Once you've heard the question and the answers, feel free to pause the video and contemplate the correct answer, place it on the card and then restart the video. If you need to rewind the video to listen to the question again, feel free to do so. When you've completed all 20 questions and placed all 20 responses, obviously discuss with your tutor and see where you go from there. Okay, I hope you enjoy this. Thank you.
Health and Safety Revision for Level 1, Multiple Choice. Question 1. How many employees does a company have to employ before risk assessments are recorded? A. Between 5 and 10. B. Between 10 and 20. C. 5 or more. D. Just 1. Question 2. What is the biggest cause of injuries on a construction site? A. Poisoning. B. Slips, trips and falls. C. Electrocution. D. Suffocation. Question 3. The safest way to lift a load is to A. Keep your back rounded at all times. B. Keep your back straight at all times. C. Keep your feet as close as possible. D. Keep your feet slightly apart with your back rounded. Question 4. Who should report unsafe practices at work? A. The supervisor only. B. The health and safety representative only. C. Anyone who notices it. D. Your line manager only. Question 5. Who has responsibility for health and safety at your place of work? A. The client and main contractor only. B. Self-employed contractors only. C. Employees only. D. Everyone at the place of work, regardless of who employs them. Question 6. What does POOR refer to? A. Provision and use of work equipment regulations. B. Provision and use of worn equipment regulations. C. Provision and use of wet equipment regulations. D. Provision and use of welfare equipment regulations. Question 7. What is a prohibition notice? A. When you have a break, you must not start work again. B. Work is to stop for the day. C. All work must stop immediately and until you're advised otherwise. D. You must not start any new work once you've finished the work you're doing. Question 8. What is considered a safe voltage when using electrical equipment on site? A. 115 volts. B. 220 volts. C. 240 volts. D. 110 volts. Question 9. Which of these is most likely if your body comes into contact with wet cement? A. Leptospirosis. B. Chemical burns and dermatitis. C. Temporary hearing loss. D. Vibration white finger. Question 10. Which of these statements is not true about ladders? A. A ladder should be painted to prevent wear and tear. A ladder should be tied at the top to ensure it does not slip. C. You should always have 3 points of contact whilst on a ladder. D. You should inspect a ladder before using it. Question 11. At what angle should a ladder be placed against a wall? A. 45 degrees. B. 55 degrees. C. 65 degrees. D. 75 degrees. Question 12. Why should you attend a site induction? A. You will receive a permit to work. B. You will receive risk assessments. C. Health and safety rules for the site will be explained. D. To meet other new workers. Question 13. RIDDOR is a health and safety term related to A. Safe use of chemicals in the workplace. B. Information on how to carry a task out safely. C. Reporting diseases and dangerous occurrences in the workplace. D. Correct manual handling techniques in the workplace. Question 14. What is the maximum gap permitted between the guardrails on a working platform? A. 300 mm, B. 470 mm, C. 500 mm, D. 520 mm. Question 15. Over time, excessive noise can damage your ability to hear. Can this be reversed? A. Yes, but you'll not be able to return to that type of work. B. With time, the condition will repair itself. C. The damage is permanent and cannot be reversed. D. You will need to have surgery to repair your hearing loss. Question 16. What is a toolbox talk? A. A discussion with equipment suppliers on the suitable uses for particular tools. B. A health and safety update from site managers. C. A site induction on security of equipment. D. A discussion about your progress. Question 17. You're provided with an item of personal protective equipment that you've not used before and are unsure how to use it correctly. What should you do? A. Copy what everyone else is doing. B. Ask for further instruction from your supervisor. C. Don't wear it. D. Look it up on the internet. Question 18. What should you do if you drop your safety helmet onto a hard surface? A. Repair any cracks and put it back on. B. Check for cracks and then put it back on. C. Put it to one side, carry on and get a replacement when you next go to the store. D. Stop work and get a new helmet. Question 19. Which of the following provides health and safety information about a hazardous substance? A. The site diary. B. The delivery notes. C. The COSH assessment. D. The manual handling assessment. Question 20. All manufacturers are required to publish technical information about their product. What is this called? A. A data sheet. B. A materials inventory. C. A substance chart. D. A specification.
Well done for completing those 20 questions. Now would be a good time to check your answers with your tutor and identify any areas of learning that you'll need to revisit. From Lesley and myself, we hope you enjoyed that activity, found it useful, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.